Hello there. This is obviously Lord Thaddeus Cray. Decided this time to put a ball cap on because the sun does kind of tend to burn my scalp more than once, especially down here. Alright, what's this one going to be about? Well, as promised, this is the closest thing you guys are going to probably get for crypto this week, but it's going to be very interesting regardless. As I said before, I'm going to do something about the stairs in the woods. I just did some research, a little more than usual on these kind of things. And the phenomena is so widespread, I'm not even going to attempt to just focus on one. Where do these things come from? I have very firm beliefs that, well, for the most part, there definitely possibly is some paranormal stuff going on with that. But I think a lot of that, like, let's say stairs moving around and stuff, it's possible. But I think that's kind of, a lot of times, a little bit on the no-sleep side, if you get my drift. Creepypastas, things like that. Now, I ain't saying it don't exist, because I'm pretty sure there are some that are very possessed and haunted, etc., and that does happen. But as a rule, most likely not. Now, what exactly would be a good example of these kind of things found in the middle of nowhere? Well, you have to understand something. Here in the USA, South America, Mexico, places like that, even around here. Yeah, because I'm right near the border. You gotta remember that now. In Mexico, you have it. And that would be old temples, pyramids that, of course, only God himself knows what could be buried in them or sealed inside of them, because many times such land is on native land. It's forbidden to be touched by outsiders. But a lot of these stairways are attached. They're old stone stairways. They're attached to these old temples and pyramids. And also old civilizations that were around long before anything which we're talking about right now. That's also a good example of that, different pathways and stuff that were made of stone. And of course, stone lasts a long ass time. So it's something to think about. A lot of these stairways are actually something that they're simply part of an older structure that, of course, has gone away to the sands of time. However, what I did do in my research is I found out they were a lot more prevalent than I realized. They're all over the world. You have some in Japan, you have some in all over. Like I said, you have some in Thailand, you have some all over Asia. And of course, the UK speaks for itself. So, they're all over Europe, they're all over this country. There's a lot of them. Matter of fact, I think there's like 15 famous ones floating all around the world. If you want to go ahead and look at them, feel free to. So, now, there have been things I've noticed when it comes to more modern types of stairs. There are, I think, some explanations for that. It's kind of like those monoliths that were put around all over around 2020. I think some people are definitely possibly trying to send a message. There's no doubt about that. I also think people are looking into things that really ain't there. Sometimes an ant is an ant. And what I mean by that is, think about this. In 2016, there were all these clown sightings. What was going on with that? It's fairly well known now. You had a bunch of idiots and yahoos saying, hey, let's go around and be stupid. And a few of them got shot for their trouble. I'm just saying. Matter of fact, when I was in Houston, someone I knew told me about someone who had been shot by a cop because the idiot was trying to scare the policeman. He was off duty, and his son. And of course, he got a nice ticket straight downstairs, because I don't think someone with that kind of intent is going anywhere pleasant. I'm sorry, that's how I see things. Maybe so, but I'm kind of being distracted here. Moving on from that. It's just an example of what I'm trying to tell you. I think a lot of people play pranks. You see stuff like this more than you might realize. Someone thinks it's funny to drag stuff out in the middle of the woods. How the hell they can do it, I don't know. Now, there is some paranormal stuff attached to that, I believe, when it comes to certain ones. But for the most part, I think a lot of that is, you'd be surprised the lengths people will go through to hoax you. I'm telling you that right now. I know from experience. From the things I've researched, from the people I've talked to, just doing what I do, being DW's producer, it's, oh my God, just trust me. People go through a lot of lengths. Some people are just very, very, very truthful, And those people I've had the pleasure of talking to as well. That's one of the things I've seen and them show me. That right there is something that's kept me, it's given me sleepless nights a couple of times. Leave it at that. I'm just letting you guys know the power of hoaxing is very real. And when it comes to stuff like this kind of phenomena, don't kid yourself. It does happen. But on the more serious note, the supernatural side, I do believe that some of those stairs, very firmly, are a portal to something which should be left alone. Now, if it was a known landmark or something like that was like those 15 well-known stairs or 15-ish stairs I told you about, some of them are, connected to certain landmarks and sighting, like sites, tourist attractions, potentially. Things like that, that's different. I would not have any issue going, I would actually love to see a place like that. It's like a bucket list thing. But if I saw something in the middle of the freaking woods, stairs to nowhere, and they weren't, known, I would leave them the hell alone. Because I have seen pictures, photos of like modern type staircases in the middle of nowhere. You think I'm going there or something like that? You're nuts. No. Because that right there, it's kind of like going into one of these old abandoned asylums. You hear all kinds of stories of, I call them either brave or stupid. Now, some ghost hunters know what the hell they're doing, and I can respect that. That's what that's their trade. That's what they do. I can respect and admire their bravery. But you think just me, some good old boy from Houston, who I've had enough paranormal experiences myself to not mess with something like that? You think I'm messing with it? Nope. Big nope. Mm-mm. You have fun with that. I think I'll just sit here and give myself cancer, thank you. Just gonna leave it at that. Certain things you just don't mess with. But I'm gonna kind of wrap it up at that. I figured you guys would enjoy this. And it took a little more research than usual, but at the same time it was fun to look up. You guys do your own research on these things. You come to your own decision, your own conclusion. My job is just to kind of point things out. It's up to you to figure out and make the final decision. I've kind of just spoken out what mine are. So, you guys use your own knowledge and your own wisdom and come to those conclusions in which you seek. You guys already know who I am and what I do. I'm the producer for Dogman Cams, Chasing the Truth, and The Vault of Nightmares. As well as anything else Big Homie points my way. So, I'm going to leave it at that. My email is wesvic@dogmancams.com. That ain't changed. Ain't going to. Leave something in the comments. If you've had your own experiences when it comes to stairs or anything spooky, or you want to be on one of these shows, whether it be a cryptid experience or paranormal, anything. And also, Sean's always looking for those with indigenous knowledge. Hit me up. You guys be blessed and you be safe.